Good afternoon, shellers. I wanted to show you another one of my favorite types of shells to find on the beach, and that is coquinas, also known as butterfly shells. Some of you may recognize them as they are a very, very common type of shell found in Southwest Florida on Marco Island and Sanibel and surrounding. And you may find them in the double pair. They are a bivalve shell, and they do resemble a butterfly. They come in many sizes and colors and patterns, from the very vibrant striped orange, yellow, purples to the lighter colors such as the pinks, light yellows, and white. And they are just super, super pretty and fun. These are great for craft projects. They are great for just putting in a bowl for a variety of colors. And I wanted to show you how I go about looking for those. And you can really find them any time of the year in any location on the beach. So here we are. This is about midday and the tide is kind of high. So you don't have to look at these for just low tide or high tide, but you just want to find some shells on the beach. Anywhere that there's just some shells, and you just kind of come down. And if you're not looking for coquinas, you're not gonna find them. You're just gonna look right over them. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you are specifically looking for coquinas and you have them on your radar. And if you look, all of a sudden you'll start to find coquinas. So here's one that is dried out. There's nobody inside, and you'll see that it's kind of stiff, and that's because a bird or another sea creature ate the inside, the animal inside, and it dried this way. So if you want to keep these together, you would put this right in your shell bag just like this. When you get home, you can break this apart or try to keep it together after you clean it, and then put a little dollop of glue right there to keep it together. But I'm going to show you what happens when I try to flatten this out. It'll actually crack open, and this becomes very brittle. Now this one's holding together because it's not totally dried out yet, but sometimes when you snap them all the way open, they will come apart. So if you want to keep them together for sure, just put it in your bag and then open it up when you get home. And so if the pieces come apart, you can glue them back together. You can put a little dab of glue, and that way you'll have your nice butterfly shell. Another thing to remember when you're looking at these shells, here's another one right here, is you want to make sure that when you find them like this, check them first, because sometimes when you open them up, this one still has, I don't know if I can do this with one hand, this still has an animal inside. It's no longer alive, but you can see, and you'll know it's not alive because there's sand inside and it's no longer moist, it's all dried out, but you can see that there's still an animal inside. So what you would not want to do is just put this in your shell bag and take it home. It's going to be very, very stinky. So you either need to clean this out while you're at the beach, or just leave it behind and a bird will come along and eat that. So you don't want to take that home and put it in your bag, because it will make your bag very, very stinky, and you will not want that. So always make sure that when you find a coquina that is together and kind of closed, this is another one that still has a little bit of animal left inside it. So I'm just going to leave that behind because I don't want to smell up my whole shell bag. Sometimes they're laying out in plain sight. And this is another one that still has an animal inside. It's not alive, but again, I don't want to put that in my bag. Other times, you'll just see a little bit, and you kind of got to dig your finger in the sand, and this is just a half. So it's got a little sand in there, but that's fine. I still like to find the singles. They're really pretty. Sometimes you might want to look for just a certain color. Other times you might want to look for, here's one really, look how pretty this one is, a nice big blue. It's just a single, it's got some sand in there. And then right behind it, where'd it go? Right here, you've got another one. And if I gently take it up, you'll see that this one's completely opened up. So there's nothing inside, just some sand. and I'm just gonna put that right into the shell bag. Even though it's sandy, it'll get nice and rinsed out. Here's a really pretty pink. I really like the pink ones too. And so this is what I do. I just kind of look around for coquinas. Here's another one that is kind of closed together, but if I look inside, it's completely empty. So I can go ahead and flatten this out a little bit so you can see the nice butterfly shape. There's just some sand, and I'll put that into the shell bag. So hopefully this gives you a little bit of an idea of what to look for. There's another little blue. This one's got a little bit of a broken tip. So again, if it's got a little broken tip, it's your choice whether or not you want to keep it. Maybe use it for a shell project. Here's another really pretty butterfly together. It's not often that I find them whole. Today seems to be a day that maybe there was some birds out here eating them. Oh, and look, and you never know what else you'll find too. Look at this little shark eye right here. Little shark eye. And right over here is a little limpet. So while you're down here looking for these little coquinas, you never know what you'll find, other little shells that you otherwise would have probably walked right over. So here's another one. See, this one has a little bit of life left in it, so we're gonna leave that here. And this does take a lot of time to get down, crouch down, and look on the beach. Yep, see, this one has a little bit of an animal in there. Let's come up here. Here's a really pretty white one. And right here is another really pretty one with some stripes on it. So hopefully this gives you guys an idea. I do love collecting coquinas. I do think that they're a shell that's completely overlooked on the beach. They do take a lot of time to collect. This is a really good day for coquinas, but sometimes I come out here and I don't really find that many. Sometimes I look for hours and sometimes only find a handful of coquinas, and other days like today, I'm finding a ton of them. So here's a really pretty powder pink. Love that one. So it does take some time to collect and hunt and look around, but I hope you enjoyed this video. A little bit of shelling for you. And if you have any questions, let me know. I'm always happy to answer questions and share with you my shell tips, and I will see you again soon.